Hello and welcome to the $1 Million Message. This is your Fearless Friday message with Callie Brigham, calling from beautiful Pensacola Beach, Florida. Well, today is a special day for us. It actually happens once a year, and it is through our school, our kids' classical Christian school. Every year on this day, we all take off work and school, and we serve our community. It's called Love Thy Neighbor. And it is a serve day with, I believe, 18 or 19 different nonprofits and organizations around the city, and we descend on them from our junior kindergartners all the way up to our seniors, our staff, our faculty. So really, really fun day. I'm getting ready to go do that. So just wanted to shout out to Love Thy Neighbor. What a great cause. Okay. Last night, I had the privilege of being a guest speaker for an kind of a award reco night for those that had done 1,000 wholesale or more in the month. And I like to sort of have a theme or an idea about, what content can I share. And it just struck me as I was preparing for it that I was going to talk about the subject of the time that I wanted to quit. And actually, the more I thought about it, it was the times that I wanted to quit. And then there was a lot. There was a lot of times. Now, some of the times I was just like, ugh, right? Like, frustrated. And some were legit, I think I'm done. So I know that might sound like a funny topic, ironic topic with these top achievers, but I wanted to demystify the idea that you never feel like quitting. Okay, you feel like quitting. It's what you do about it. And I told a bunch of different stories from when I got started to during the pandemic and everywhere in between. But I wanted to share one experience, and there's a lot of nuance to it. And I wanted you to pick out your own part of the story, like create your own adventure. What is your lesson that you want to take away that you hear from this story? Because there's a lot. Okay, so I had a newborn. My first baby was Brigham. I'll never forget sitting in my big black leather chair that we had at the time and no sleep, super hormonal, all the things. And I remember saying to my dad, who was visiting, that I wish that Josh was a millionaire because I never wanted to go back to work. And my back to work was full-time Mary Kay at the time. And so I was like, I can't do it. I just don't want to do it. I mean, Brigham was probably a few weeks old. Still like nursing every 2 hours throughout the night, the whole deal. And I'll never forget too, my dad looked at me and he was like, it's okay. He goes, you don't have to work today. You'll know. And he just sort of diffused that bomb. And sure enough, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks later, I woke up one day and I was like, I think I'm ready to work. Okay. Well, what had happened is I went on maternity leave and my whole unit went on maternity leave, right? And so I felt like, oh my goodness, I'm starting from nothing, which of course isn't true, but that's how I was feeling. So I had the opportunity to work a bridal show, and I was really pumped about getting new leads. Well, it was a Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, the morning of the bridal show, Josh threw his back out, my husband. And so he could not care for our newborn, and I had to cancel going. There were other people working the bridal show, but I couldn't go to get my leads, and I paid good money for it. So a few days after the show, they said that even though I wasn't able to come, they would give me some of the leads, and pretty sure they gave me like the Bobo leads from that show. It was things like, pieces of paper with no phone number on it. I remember calling one, and she was so excited only for me to find out she was already a consultant, and I was like, no, this is not how this works. I got absolutely nothing from, 15, 20 of the names. And finally, on the last name, I booked a facial. I mean, I did my darndest to turn it into a party. Nope. Just a facial. I was thinking, what a waste of my time. It was my first facial since having the baby, and I just didn't time it right. And I think I had to nurse him during the facial, and she was just a young single girl, and I was like, I know she doesn't get it, and and then Brayden's car, and I'm like bouncing him in his bouncy chair. It was awful. But I had done it so many times, a facial, that I just went on autopilot, right? I did the thing. I sold her a miracle set, shocked. And then because I was on autopilot, I scheduled her to hear about the marketing plan, I think later that night. She heard the marketing plan. She decided to sign up. And then I was still on autopilot, so I scheduled her first party and went and held that first party. And, somebody who wouldn't throw a party for me now is going to throw a party, right? At that first party, we met a woman there who ended up, I shared the marketing. She placed a $3,600 order. We threw her first party, her launch party. She invited everybody she knew. And at that party, there was one woman who came. And by the way, we ended up moving and leaving Memphis, I think, when Braden was 5 months old. And so I believe this party happened probably when Braden was 4 months old. Okay. At that party, recruited a woman who had just been on a mass invite list, and she came. And she started, I don't remember how much inventory she started with, but pretty good amount of inventory. But that woman would go on to bring 30, 40 or more women into my unit. From a time when I felt like I can't do this, I don't want to do this, and then I thought, see, this is a sign. I'm not getting any leads. This is lame. This is not worth it. What's this going to matter? What's this going to totally changing the trajectory of my unit and my team and my excitement and the whole deal. Now, I told multiple stories, so many stories, and there's so many stories I didn't even have time for. So, I don't know, some of the lessons there, right, is that the power of one, the power of doing something so often that you can do it full circle even when you don't feel like it, right? Just lesson upon lesson. So I don't know if there was something in there that you heard, but the overriding message of my talk with these women was there's always going to be a time where you might feel like quitting. But you know what's on the other side of quitting? So much. You probably read the book, 3 Feet from Gold, right? So many things. So I don't know where you are today. You may be totally pumped. I mean, honestly, I am so pumped about this. I'm calling it No Talks. You've probably seen that all over my social. You could share whatever you want for my social media. I'm so pumped about it, right? I don't want to quit right now. I remember somebody saying you can absolutely quit when you have a full date book. Then you're like, but I don't want to quit then. But it's going to be normal. You're going to feel discouraged. You're going to feel down in the dumps. Things are not going to work out. Things are going to be disappointing. Things are going to fall apart. But what I'm here to tell you is there's so many things on the other side of that. As a matter of fact, it's almost normal, and you should almost embrace it because it means something big's coming. This is the little story that I closed last night with, and I wanted to close with you today too. A man meets a guru in the road. The man asks the guru, which way is success? The berobed, bearded sage speaks not, but points to a place off in the distance. The man, thrilled by the prospect of quick and easy success, rushes off in the appropriate direction. Suddenly, there comes a loud splat. Eventually, the man limps back, tattered and stunned, assuming he must have misinterpreted the message. He repeats his question to the guru, who again points silently in the same direction. The man obediently walks off once more. This time the splat is deafening, and when the man crawls back, he is bloody, broken, tattered, and irate. I asked you which way is success, he screams at the guru. I followed the direction you indicated, and all I got was splatted. No more of this pointing. Talk. Only then does the guru speak, and what he says is this. Success is that way, just a little after the splat. So, I don't know if you have felt splatted or splatted on or splatted for the last time, but I'm here to tell you, success is right there. And oh, the stories you're going to tell. So, the time and the times that I felt like quitting, but I didn't. And neither should you. Have a blessed day.